From Minecraft helmets being wrong to something so annoying it'll ruin Minecraft forever. These are Minecraft things you won't be able to unsee. Did you know that the sun and moon are actually always round? They rotate around the earth as you'd expect, but the color of the sky actually isn't tied to them. So if you look down below the world while it's night, you'll see the sun still shining in the dark. This is most obvious when you play a mod like Skyblock. This weird detail has been staring you in the face for years. What's wrong with this image? The helmet! For as long as helmets have been in the game, they have had this icon in your inventory. But when you wear them, they look completely different. Check out this book I have. Oh wait, no. It's actually a leather cap! See, the new leather trims that came in with 1.20 lets you use armor trims to customize your look. This particular trim makes it look almost exactly like the books the librarians wear on their head. Speaking of leather armor, did you know that you can dye your armor multiple times to get slightly different shades? Use enough dye and you have access to all 16.17 million possible colors in Minecraft. Now I can't look at boring regular leather armor without seeing all the colors it could be. Sniffers are like big puppies. Seriously, they're actually based somewhat on corgis. Their dig animation has them splay out their legs, which dogs do, but particularly corgis, when they're hard or need to lie down. Lying down like this is officially called a sploot. All the paintings in the game are pixel versions of real paintings, and some of them hide amazing details. I can never unsee this painting now without looking at the 6 brown pixels at the bottom. In the original version of the painting, they're actually a cute, fluffy little animal. Here's a little detail that's easy to miss. Want to create a lot of smoke? Campfires can make some, but it disappears before it can even get past the treetops. But if you put the campfire on top of a haystack, that smoke will rise 3 times higher. Skeletons have been in the game for well over a decade, but I bet you didn't notice how they've been holding their bow. It turns out that skeletons have an 11% chance of being left-handed and holding their bow in that left hand. This only applies to Java Edition though, as mobs in the Bedrock Edition cannot be left-handed. Mojang love putting subtle details into their game, and the fisherman actually has a reference to Minecraft history. The texture on the fisherman is a fish on it, but it's not just any fish. It's the texture for raw fish that was removed from the game years ago. People use torches and levers all over the place, but I bet you never notice that they're actually the same thing. They use the same texture and are the same shape. It's just a tip that's colored differently. I definitely can't unsee that. Here's something you probably have missed your entire time playing. Sea lanterns are actually animated. If you look closely, the center of the lantern actually swells with light spreading outwards. It's so subtle that some colorblind people can't see it at all. Did you know that lily pads in this game will lock in a direction to face? You can't choose where it's facing. It's actually disabled by the coordinates you place them. It would be so useful if you could choose, but life just isn't so easy. The flowers are hiding a secret. They actually grow in a specific pattern. That's because they're generated using Perlin noise, which is the same noise used in 3D to generate the whole Minecraft world. This detail is so subtle, you'll think you're going crazy when you notice it. It turns out that Prismarine has an animated texture, but you might not notice it at all. That's because it's an incredible subtle change in color that takes a full minute to animate fully. Everyone knows how to deflect a gas fireball with a sword, but you can deflect with almost anything. Arrows, fishing lines, even snowballs can knock the fireball away. In fact, nearly all projectiles can deflect the fireball, except for the ender pearl. And I mean, you shouldn't be throwing those around carelessly anyway. One cool trick you can do with gas fireballs is sending the fireball where your friends don't expect it. That's because the fireball goes in the direction you look when it gets hit. That means you can throw a snowball, turn your head toward your friend, and when the fireball gets hit, it'll blaze toward them with murderous intent. This little detail doesn't get noticed a lot because you only see it from far away. Everyone notices how the world generates around them, but actually, entities like chests and shulker boxes have their own range, at which point they disappear. You can even use this fact to hide stuff high in the sky, further than people on the ground can see. The Riptide Trident can let you fly through the air. But there's an issue. It works when you're wet, but if you're submerged in the water, you actually don't fly as high when you launch. This is because the water that you're in slows you down like crazy. Really, you should be standing in a puddle. And it works way better. Now, I definitely can't unsee this. When you connect 2 blocks of this glazed terracotta together, you end up with the face of a penguin. They're peeking up over the edge of the block. Put them in your guest bedroom so they can watch your friends sleep. This villager is unemployed and he just hates it. Now you can tell. Put a workstation 32 blocks away in a super complex maze. The villager will make his way to it without fail. Look at him go. This diamond sword looks so awesome and blue, but it's actually hiding a secret. Did you know that if you lower the contrast on your device to 0, you're gonna find that it looks exactly the same as the iron sword? I spent so many diamonds on this sword and it doesn't even look different. These bees are so heavy. Or maybe turtle eggs are super fragile because even bees, one of the smallest mobs in the game, will break eggs below them. Flying doesn't help either, as the Ghast, Phantom, and Alley all break eggs below them. What did the eggs do so wrong? When I look at a llama, all I will see is a vengeful beast because of this secret behavior. If you have the llama on a leash and you do something to upset it, it'll spit at you and will not stop until you are dead. The piglins! They won't stop shouting! It's all I can hear! Maybe I should put this gold away, because it turns out that if there's gold that the piglins can't reach, they'll just shout and yell over and over, waiting for someone to finally pick up the gold. I can't see this as anything but a trap. It looks totally normal, but this bed is on scaffolding. You'd think that would work, but there's actually a bug that causes the game to think you don't have a bed at all. When you die, you'll end up at the original spawn. Squids are weird and don't behave like other mobs. They don't have a way to rotate. That means no dinner bone and no death animation where they turn on their back. Do they even have a back? Squid are weird. I'm staying clear of them. I can't see the way arrows stick into you. They don't actually work based on where you got hit. The game has already decided where the arrows will stick out of you. You can tell because when bees sting you and arrows hit you, they can end up in the exact same space. Candles are powerful, but only on cakes. In Java Edition, the cake will not get waterlogged, pushing the water away while the little candle burns bright and strong. I'll never stop fearing this horde of Vexes because they do not care about survival. They are all about the kill, as they go through damaging cacti and other dangerous blocks, desperately trying to get at you. Axolotls are adorable, but also really sneaky. They can play dead if they take damage underwater, slowly regenerating health over time. This is actually based on real-life axolotls who play dead if they feel threatened. Goats are a great addition to the game, but I just can't look at them anymore because of what I noticed about their legs. They're not attached! Look at the way they walk. Do you notice the top edge of their legs? There's a big gap between the leg and the body. This item is called the Heart of the Sea, but this is actually a lie! Because when you craft it as a conduit and fully wrap it in 42 blocks of prismarine to activate it, the heart will open. It's actually an eye! Mojang have lied to us! I can't look at people's farms anymore. All I think about is how slow they're growing. That's because people don't know how you're supposed to alternate your veggies in rows. One row of carrots, one of potatoes, and another of whatever else you're growing. For some reason, the plants grow way faster as a result. Redstone activation can be slow over long distances. But did you know that wall connectors count as a redstone connecting block no matter how tall it is? That means you can instantly activate redstone with a contraption like this. I'll never look at chorus fruit the same way again. They can teleport you to crazy places, including into danger, but they can actually save your life. If you're falling into the void, just eat one and it will teleport you to the nearest surface without any fall damage. I have seen the invisible. Everyone knows that Minecraft is made of blocks, and those blocks are generated in chunks. But what if you could actually see those chunks and where the lines are? You can if you press F3 and G and see where those chunks begin and end. The full moon used to be a source of comfort. It looked so pretty. But now all I see is invisible spiders hiding around every corner. It turns out that at a full moon, all sorts of crazy things happen, including a higher chance of invisible spiders spawning outside my house. Choo-choo! Here comes a steam train you've never heard of. This actually has been a feature of the game for over a decade and works by pushing a furnace minecart into other minecarts. They connect to each other, and then when you feed the furnace and send it on its way, it moves at high speed like a real steam train, complete with steam. Choo-choo! Let's go and subscribe!